I love my Sabbath rest. I love that there's one day a week set aside just to rest. That's the last day of creation, as if to say there's a way to stay in a continual state of rest, a continual state of peace with Him. Sunday night, I made plans for Monday. I run a business and I have a little ministry, so plans are essential. They're just necessary. You got to plan your week. You got to know what jobs are coming up. How many people do you need to work those jobs? How many hours are you charging enough to cover the overhead? There's planning required. There's planning required when you're running a household. You got kids to get to school. You got winter clothes. You got events coming up in December. There's planning. Everybody plans. We all have some kind of plan. Even if it's just to have the day off and do nothing, it's a plan to do nothing. So Sunday night, I made plans for Monday. And when I woke up Monday morning, it was just like, wow, I didn't consult you, God. I made plans, but I didn't consult you. So, oh Father God, I recant my plans for today. What's your plan? What do you want? What's your plan for me? What's your plan for this day for me, for my household? I want your plan. Lord, I've made some really good plans that were a hot mess, turned out all kind of wrong. I've made some really bad plans that were a hot mess and came out really wrong. So, what's your plan today? The plans that I had did not work out. And I was completely okay with it because I relinquished those plans to Him that morning. 2 years ago, that's how my life was. It was a day by day. I don't have a plan, God. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm in a very scary place. But you got a plan. You got a plan. You got a plan that you had for me before I took my first breath. So I'm trusting you and your plan. And not so oddly enough, because the Lord is going to speak to us when we are humbling ourselves to hear from Him. And then other times He'll scream through the crowd at you. But after I relinquished my plan and asked Him for His, then I go to do my devotional, and it starts with, be willing to go out on a limb with me. If that's where I'm leading you, it's the safest place for you to be. You desire to live a risk-free life. You're longing to live close to me is at odds with your attempt to minimize risk. It's hard to get out today. That's so true. 2 years ago, I was at a place in my life that I had never been before. There was no security blanket, so to speak. I had no security. And it was scary. And I felt completely alone. And I had to, out of desperation, had to trust His plan. And I have beautiful stories of that time frame where I just trusted Him. And He showed Himself to me. And the covering was there the whole time. And now that my place of desperation doesn't seem as desperate, and I start leaning on my own understanding and making my own plans, yesterday was just a beautiful reminder to me that, oh, Heather Angel, no matter how secure you may feel in this moment, those plans still belong to me. If you want the fullness of the life that I've created you for, the plans must belong to me. So I'm trusting Him. Trusting Him again anew. And it's It's not so much with a desperate heart anymore, but with a relinquished one.